because we just had the problem now. But Salvista, I put your recording of the weekly task of the weekly administration bounties in the discussion section for today.
Oh, okay. No problem then.
Yeah, we can talk about it today. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to share my screen. 1 second. All right, weekly tactical meet. Let's take an attendance. Links is here, and Sella Vista is here. D1 is here. E Trinity is here. King. Here.
Jim.
GM, how you doing?
Good.
All right, we got our attendance. And it's 3 minutes past, so I think that we're doing okay. Let's move down the list. Welcome to our weekly meeting at the PM Guild. Just a reminder to everyone that this is our tactical meeting, which is a weekly sync where we review and prioritize the work that we need to do in the guild and eliminate blockers if we can. So it's a basic form of project management, and as the project management guild, we are practicing our practice by having our weekly sync in a tactical way. So if you want to follow along, I did leave a link to the tactical meet in the PM General channel so you can see what's going on. But if not, feel free to go ahead and just read my screen, which is being shared right now. We can go a little bit further down now. Guild-wide announcement. Anything that the guild needs to know, you can put it here. Let's just say if you want some additional contribution or anything like that, or if you have something to tell the guild, you can put it here. Active member proposal has been up for a week. So far, there's about 9 members, I think, who voted for it, and I'll consider it passed at the end of today, unless we get a ton of no votes. And I'll update the governance docs. That's going to be the next thing after that. And next up, the guild roles are still up for discussion. I'm not going super fast on these guild role discussion just because we have the active member proposal and then we have the season 8 guild proposal. But it is something that I hope to get done by the end of the season. So, feel free if you have any opinion on guild roles to check out the thread under PM governance and let your voice be heard. We have the guild season 8 proposal. It has started. It is up. We're going to talk about it a little bit later. It's due in a week, so it's really important for us to get in there. So that's what we are working on right now. And if you want to help with this, if you want to learn how the process works, if you just want to have some say in how we're going to be presenting the guild, feel free to join in. Everyone is welcome. Everyone is appreciated. Looking down at the task perspective, nothing in the no status. So it means that we have no new inbox items. Completed section, do the active member calculation for season 6. That has been completed. So I'm going to go ahead and put completed date in here, and I will mark it as complete. Actually, I just got to make sure that it's season 7 as well. Mark it as complete. Boom, done. Mirror account next steps. This is also completed. Actually, Oak Floors had already completed it last week, so I'm going to go ahead, put this in season 7, and mark it as complete. Now it is not in our mind anymore, so we don't have to look at this, which is part of the reason to do these tacticals and clear that off, get these out of our mind space once we complete them and focus on the work that is in progress. So the PM Guild is on LinkedIn. We got a squad on this: Oak Floors, Vicky1, Colade, and Gabby. Any one of you able to give an update on what's going on here?
Jim, everyone.
PM.
Yeah, we are still working on it at the moment. I spoke with Vicky1 today and said he's on the optimization level of the LinkedIn account, and once it's done, we get everything perfected, and probably by the next week we should be done with everything that has to do with it.
Awesome. So once the prep work is done, what's next after that?
After that, we can get the account running. We just need to determine how we want to get content on it.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for that update, Gabby. Next up is the Mirror Posts X Writers Guild collab. Mikiel, GCal, and Sprinkles for winners. Anyone want to give an update on this one?
Yep. We don't have any post up on the Mirror right now, so still in progress. When we have the Mirror posts, we will get an update on that.
Okay, great. So do you have like posts being written right now, or?
I think that's best suited for Sprinkles to answer. Not sure if she's got something right now. Well, not for me. So
Cool. Sprinkles, any forum posts that are currently being looked at to be written? Sorry, not forum posts, mirror posts.
I know what you meant. Yes. I am looking, or I'm doing them and looking to have them done along with every course that is being completed, or every lesson, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So I have one that's about ready to go now. It probably just needs a graphic with it.
Awesome. All right, looking good. Down to the next one. Cut down the Intro to Web3 PM course. This is something that Sprinkles and Oak Floors are working on. Do you want to give an update on this task?
Sure. So that's done. That's complete.
Oh, that's complete. Awesome.
It is. I have to, I just completed it, so that's why I didn't mark it off. I have to republish it to Bankless Academy, but it's set up in our Notion and ready to go.
Amazing. Great work, Sprinkles. Love to see it. Run the guild elections. Mikiel, how's this going?
Yeah, I'll start this night. I just want to wait till after the meeting, then I can open the threads.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah. You can even copy and paste some of the ones we did from last season as well if you scroll.
Yeah, that's one I wanted to use actually. So I'm just going to start the thread after the meeting.
Cool. Awesome. Sounds good. Next up, we have the recurring weekly task test. This is something that we'll talk about a little bit further down. Did you want to say anything about this right now, Silavista? I know that you had done some work on it, but we are going to have a discussion topic where you can kind of like describe what you have worked on and what the problems are, because I know Sprinkles had brought it up as well to me in DM. So do you want to leave it to the discussion, or do you have anything to say from a tactical perspective?
Let's leave it to the discussion so we can, talk about it, extensively.
Okay, sounds good. Next up, we have the Season 8 funding request. I do have a discussion item, but essentially working on it in the background. Mikiel got his section in. I have some sections on administration that are in there. I think like the budgeting section is something that I wanted to talk about, how we did it last season, because this is my first season as the coordinator. So I'll leave it to the discussion items, but in general, I think like it's the budget section, which we kind of need to look at and how we want to be dispersing the budgets to our work stream. Definition of guild roles. As I said, this is a work in progress. I should add some definition of done to this. I'm going to tag myself so I remember that. Add some success criteria here. Actually, you know what? I may as well just add it. Success criteria, aka definition of done. We have consensus on guild roles with rights and responsibilities. They are documented on our governance processes. And it's as easy as that. Now we have success criteria. So that is ongoing, not very important at the time, but that's good. Adjust active member calculations. As I mentioned earlier today, basically the proposal and the result for feedback is up there right now. After this meeting, or at the end of today, I'm going to assume that everyone's had the time to weigh in, and I'm going to put those in our governance docs. So that's the next step here. Looking down on deck, we have the Ops Department retrospective, which I believe has a due date now, if I'm not mistaken. Mikhail, I think you're working on this?
Yep, Jim. So the due date is actually the date the ops fixed to have the retrospective. So it's more like a bounty, but only to the vested PM active, like those individuals that we can hold retros. I'm a ops member and also a loader, so I won't be eligible to kind of like hold the retrospective. So we need someone that is kind of neutral to come in and hold the retro. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess this is a good opportunity for people who want to work on retrospective. So far, I've seen Oak Floors and Olajuwon do retrospectives. I haven't seen anyone else. Is anyone interested in learning how to do a retrospective?
Actually, Frank, I'm not sure if they can unmute now. They awarded them this week. They have the prior experience to PMing. They use the Scrum method too. They are probably also interested in like learning how we do the tools in Web3 style. So if they can mute, that would be perfect. But if they can't, we just need to. You can reply in the chat channel or probably just tag the holders or just send your message in PM general.
Yeah, Frank, if you're able to, Frank or Franke, if you're able to unmute, that would be great. I would love to know if you've had experience doing this stuff before. We do have some retrospective, I guess let's call it recording and stuff like that. Like you can use this as a bit of a learning tool if you need to see how we do it, or I can also have a session with you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm interested to. If you want, we can have a session, a separate one.
Yeah, sure. Why don't we set up a session for next week? I will DM you, but in the meantime, I'll send you this. Oh, how come I can't DM you? Here we go. Message. I'll send you a link to this board here so you can kind of see. There is a link to the recording, so there's just like these YouTube links where you can see. I think one of them is me, and maybe another one is someone else doing a retrospective. We have a Miro board, which we can get you access to as well, so that you can set it up to use. So you can see that there are some examples that you can use there to work from.
Okay.
All right. And I'll just put it in the comments as well. Okay, great. And that is up there. Okay, great. Retrospective. Did I delete that by accident? Anyways, it's back in now. I'm gonna put this into the into this section here, so that we can remember. Writing talent needed for anything else on this on deck thing that we need to bring up or talk about? Writing talent, onboarding, PM Guild first quest. Someone is going to be preparing a rough draft of the Miro board for lessons. Documentation for how bounties are tracked in the PM Guild from a user perspective. And test Sobol for January payment. Anything here?
So the onboarding PM Guild first quest. Ishita, Sprinkles, and I planning to work on. But I think then it was the stumbling block was the PM Guild course, which we have now. So after we are done with the due budgets and the proposal, I think we should I will be ready to let us start something on it. Just build something like the First Quest. I'm not sure if we are still using the First Quest in the DAO right now. I'm not sure if the bot is still working, but
It's a little bit broken, yeah. I think it'd be really cool to see First Quest used. Yeah, anyways, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so maybe we could just put it at the backlog first, and or maybe we can get them in the First Quest work stream to make the bots functional again. Then we can start working on the course, because the real ingredient in the course itself is the bot.
Okay, yeah, I agree. It is a lot of cost on the bot side. We could, if we wrap this up into the collab land stuff, like seeing First Quest in collab land, we could get some collab to pay for it too. We can request some from the treasury. I saw that Cella Vista, you asked or you said that you're also interested in this. So I'll put your name down here as well. Anyone else?
I'll be interested in. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. I'll add the two of you, and if you haven't, take a look at this right here, Hippolyte and Cella Vista. Take a look at the retrospectives here. I personally would recommend this one to watch. Okay, I'll just create a session on retrospectives. It's just like a learning session on retrospectives. Maybe we should just have a retrospective in the PM Guild next week then. Oh, maybe not, because it's Easter and I'm going out of town. So maybe the following week we could have one in the PM Guild.
Lynx, real quick, were we still doing that you need to have the retrospective like credential?
Yeah, we do. We need to make sure that the person who's doing it is able to do it. That's why we need to have a retrospective for someone to do it, right? Like, yes. So yes is the short answer, Sprinkles.
Thank you.
Also, the thought just came to me now. I was thinking maybe we could try to like engage the members, something Easter thing.
Yeah, what kind of Easter thing are you thinking about?
The first one I would say probably design, and the second one I would say something like a mirror post with a bit of the sections highlighting the Easter in Bankless or Easter in Bankless Project Management Guild. Still a rough idea. I'll think to it tonight and send the message in the PM General tomorrow, and I come up with a solid idea.
Okay, sounds good. Just before we continue, there's a little bit of uncertainty for me. I posted a bounty to record the PM Guild meeting, and then Hippolyte, you claimed the bounty, but you weren't here. And I wonder, are you recording? Because Cella Vista also started recording.
I am recording.
Cella Vista, are you recording too? Oh, sorry, it's not Cella Vista, it's King. Sorry, King, I misspoke. Are you recording, King? Okay, so since King was here at the beginning of the meeting and King has already started recording, are you still recording, King? Okay, I'm gonna give this week's bounty to King. Hippolyte, how about we set you up for next week's bounty? Is that okay?
All right, great.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that mix-up. I appreciate. I appreciate both of you showing up. That's great, and like both of you recording. It's great that we have a resilient system like that. And I'll take care of figuring out how the bounties are going to work and stuff like that. But yeah, just wanted to clear that up. All right. Anything else from a tactical perspective that we need to look at before we go down to the discussion topics?
So I have one more question about the retrospectives. So does that kind of mean that only one person per season is able to earn that badge?
I think that we need another way to get people their retrospective badges.
Okay.
Because yeah, like for the PM Guild retrospective, like I wonder if we can just do them like more often or something like that, or have like retrospectives with other like let's say like like I know you're part of Governator, for instance, Sprinkles, and let's just say you said, hey Governator, can I run a retrospective for you? We won't do it through the PM Guild or whatever, I'll just run it. And then you took a video of yourself doing it, then we could just be like, yep, that's Sprinkles knows how to do it. She is now one of the people who can if anyone comes to the PM Guild looking for a retrospective, they can go to Sprinkles. That kind of thing.
More like preaching the gospel, right? I think I did that. So my own opinion is probably just if you have underwent to the training, the to how to retro training and everything, and you think you are sure that you can undo a retrospective, you can just pitch it to any other guild you are contributing in. You don't necessarily need to tell them to pay the 6K bank, since they are not coming to us. Want to use that as something testing, just to test your knowledge and how you can handle the retros, and they can decide to compensate you depending on how well the retro is going. So, and through that, like Link said, you just need to record yourself, or get someone to record the meeting, the meeting, and then you can send them to PMQ, tag the goal loaders, and we check it out. So if we are okay with the video and convinced that okay you can hold the retro, then you can have your badge. So that doesn't stop us from like actually having the retro here in the PMG, because we want to practice what we are like preaching. So it is practicing that in the PM Guild here is a very good start. So
Exactly. Does that make sense? I guess because like we really need more people doing retros, and like the point of the thing is not for us ultimately to make monies doing retrospectives. The point of this is to build that retrospective practice up around the DAO. So does this approach make sense, Sprinkles? I think you were talking about it. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Okay. So if anyone wants to do a retrospective based upon the videos that you see, maybe you want access to the Miro board, let me know. But you don't need the Miro board to do a retrospective. But if you want to do one, because that's the way that the PM Guild has been doing it, and it works really well async, just let me know. We can get you access. And if you are able to do retrospectives, you can do them yourself. The PM Guild doesn't have a monopoly on retrospectives. In fact, we want to do the exact opposite. We want to spread retrospectives far and wide. It was one of the first, I would say, practices that we said this should be universal. Everyone should always be reflecting. So. All right. Anything else on the tactical perspective before we move down? Okay, well, next up, we have the discussion topics. So right now we have the Season 8 Guild proposal. So if I click this, it'll take me to this. So we have and actually, Mikiel, I need to add you to this, and Sprinkles, and I'll add you. But let's just say that there's some stuff that is obviously not filled in. For instance, I don't know what our wallet surplus is yet. I'm going to need to ask Jay Fanny for that. And the summary is I think Sprinkles, there's a section for you to fill in here. The mission and value alignment, I will do this. And worked on the financial implications. Basically, we're asking for this much bank for next season, just shy of 600,000 bank. Remember as well that the season is longer. This season's only 13 weeks. The next season is 16 weeks, but it's roughly the same kind of amount that we would have asked for. And we have 21 active guild members. This is the same as the amount that we had last season. So, still holding strong there. On our budget breakdown, well, this is kind of what I wanted to talk about. I think, I can see what the external current holdings and stuff are, but like the budget breakdown, I was kind of wondering, anyone who was here last season, as you were doing the budget breakdown. How did we distribute budget? How do we want to distribute budget? Is there anything that anyone wants to say around the idea of a budgeting process?
Sure. I think it depends on what our, top kind of goals are for next season, where the budget should go. Like if we'd like to get this whole, all these courses out, lessons out, it could possibly go to that, or like a chunk of it could go to that. But if we're looking to do something else, it should go to that too. I don't know that we really had a plan for it this season.
Okay, so this, like, the season that we had wasn't really part of that, right? Like we didn't have I guess I'm wondering, did we not have like a budget last season, or?
So there was a guild budget, but there wasn't like a, say, work stream budget or a breakdown of what the budget would be used for.
Okay. And do you think it would benefit us to do that, or do you think that that's?
I mean, I kind of think both ways, but then some areas we're not really using the budget in, and some areas we could use it in. So,
Okay. I guess, like, I do like the idea of having, like, let's say, a bare minimum for each work stream, right? Like, so you can be guaranteed at least this much. So, like, obviously, we take the roles out of it immediately. That's not included. It's something like 253,000 or something like that gets taken out for roles. And then we have some budgets for like weekly tasks, which I should probably look at in like a spreadsheet or something like that. And then we have like the rest of it is like, I mean, even the rest of it is like, let's say, discretionary spending. Of that discretionary spending, basically I'm thinking like we should at least have a bare minimum of budget for each of our work streams, talent and education. And then there should be like a chunk of that budget which is just kind of like discretionary for guild members to write proposals to get paid for the work that they're doing. Like, so for instance, if someone's like, hey, I want to do this new thing for PM Guild, I want to create PM Guild merch or whatever, which is what we did. Members can request budget from the PM Guild multisig to do that kind of effort.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we discussed about this last season, having separate budget for, or let's say a split budget for the work streams, so they can handle bounties that come their way. So I think we are still talking about the same thing. So I'm all in.
Okay. So I can work on this, turn it into a spreadsheet and stuff, and then I can just get feedback in that season 8 budget, thread. Make sense?
It does.
Yes.
Okay, great. Task board property cleanup. Okay, so I hope this is a quick one, but like basically on the PM Guild task board, we have all these properties, and I don't know if we're using them all. Like, are we using description? Are we using claimed by? Are we using success criteria 1 blocked by blocking? Are we using these?
No, we're not.
Should I delete some of these?
Sure, I can do it for you if you'd like to, since I put them all there.
Okay, yeah. Whatever you don't need, you can delete them. The 2 I need is completed date and complete.
Sure.
Yeah. So about the deleting the tags, I think Notion have something about if you delete one thing relating to, like, from 1 tree, you kind of is deleting everything. So
yeah,
we can have some tags.
It will delete all of the things for that. Like, so for instance, if we deleted community call slides from here, it would delete the community call slides. But
yes,
this shouldn't be here, right? Like this community call slides, this should be somewhere else, right? Or is this? Yeah. Okay.
No, yeah. So what I'm saying is, if we want to delete, we just need to be conscious of probably checking if some other bounties have some of them filled. we don't need most of them. So that could be the same for all every other tax on the Kanban board, but we still need to double check.
Yeah, are you using any of these, Mikhail?
Nope, I am
No?
not.
Okay. I mean, Sprinkles added them, so she can probably remove them.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. I'll leave that to you then, Sprinkles.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay. Actually, I'm just going to create a task for you. I should have just done that in general. But new task: clean up Kanban board properties. Do you want a definition of done of this on Sprinkles, or do you know what it's going to be?
I'm gonna do it right now.
Awesome. Okay.
Sprinkles, if you need help, we could employ the help of the D1 Notion admin. So yeah, they can help you
Oh
with
yeah,
that as well.
totally forgot about that. That is useful.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Looking down at our next discussion item, we have tracking bounties. Stella Vista, do you want to talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So, I remember when we actually had I think that was 2 weeks ago in last weekly meeting, where Sprinkles was talking about how we could, find a way to map out and follow up on recurring tasks and weekly tasks, because one that we had issue with was the community call slides, which normally should be done weekly, but it seems there was kind of issue on having to like know how we are going to map it for each week. So in my thought, what I thought could be a solution was having a table especially for weekly tasks, the one that we do weekly, probably the recording, the PM, the weekly slides, and then such that would have it drafted down already for, I mean, everything that's going to be done in the season will be drafted down already in one table, such that only you could have the Notion admin have access to that table, and then if there's anyone who wants to like claim those tasks, it could easily be it could easily be monitored, since you could have the name of the person there, you could have the progress and the status of that task, whether it's completed or not, or if it is in progress. Just a way to like solve that issue that she was talking about. So that was why I made up the table. There's a table in one of the in the Kanban board. I put up a task there that has the table in, so you could go and view it and then see how it looks like. So I was hoping if you could check it out and then see if, okay, yeah, that's it, and then see if it's going to be feasible for what it intends to do. So it's just general. If people can look at it and then tell us or say their opinions and see if it's going to work or if it's not, or if there's another better idea rather than this.
Yeah, so I see that you have community call, weekly roll up, note taker, meeting facilitator. Like, there's probably like Twitter and LinkedIn that will eventually need to add here too. But yeah, in general, I think it makes sense. On the bounty board, we're trying to create recurring tasks. That's like a feature that is in progress right now. It doesn't exist yet, so I mean, until it exists, we could potentially use this method. And even after, if this method works better for us. Any other opinions on this? Like, what do people think looking at this?
So I made a comment, obviously, yesterday for you that I think it's great. Until the bounty board is up, I wonder if we could possibly have like the next up or the next couple up so that people could claim them. But this is like a great overview of it, because I think that's where we fall short is planning for the next time, and then like the time after that.
Is there a way to cross post these to the weekly as well? I'm not sure.
So let me weigh something on that. So for the when I was in the research guild. I'm still in the research guild, just not as active as I was then. What we do is we normally create these tags beforehand. Say there was this time I created like a month tags beforehand on Notion. So before the meeting for the whole month, everything has been sorted out. So for this meeting that we're having now, I tried creating something like that, but I was hoping we there's someone that's going to like actually set it up on Bounty Board, and I'm a guest pass now, so I think I can't use the bot. So I was actually waiting for someone L2 to come use the bot and everything like that. So I think the
What
best
happened to
thing
your
now
L2,
is
Neil?
yeah.
What happened to your L2?
Uh, I actually had to. I was moving. I had to move from a place where I was staying before. So I ran into some issues. So I need to like use my bank, and then eventually I didn't have enough bank to for my L1. So yeah, I lost the L2. I'm still getting. I'm going to get it back. So the discussion now is I was hoping we could before the bounty board can work on their recessive repeating bounties. We can probably just press a button or set something there so the bounty bot will know, okay, this is the bounty I need to bring up again next week, bring up again the following week, the month and everything. So we just need someone to continue setting up those bounty. I'll volunteer to do that. I the only limitation I have is I can volunteer to like recreate the tags on Kanban board, or someone else will have to like take the tags and put them up on Bounty board.
Yeah, for me,
That's
I'm thinking like if you already have the task on the Kanban board, do we need it on Bounty board? And if you're going to create the task on the Bounty board, then do we need it on the Kanban board? Because I already like I think like Sprinkles, you mentioned this that like it kind of sucks having to reconcile both of them. So we can just do one or the other. We don't necessarily need both. The nice thing about Bounty board, Salavista, is that at the end of the month when we're doing our transactions, it's easy to like upload those into Parcel
yes,
from Bounty board.
yes. So I'm leaning more towards Bounty board, not towards the Kanban board actually. So I think I've been preaching Bounty board since I started using it. I don't know. I just find it easy, and I hope other folks who like enjoy it in the Bounty. So
And by the way, Mikhail, I just gave you the BB Diplomat role, so you can make bounties now.
oh, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
So I tend to agree there. I just so like take the community call slides for instance. We haven't done them in a few weeks. I'm sure that if we had them up somewhere, somebody would have claimed it and done it, and then someone would have talked at the community call.
Mm-hmm. So, like, are you saying it as we didn't do it? So, like, when you say up, do you mean on the Kanban board, on Bounty board, or just up somewhere, anywhere?
Either.
Okay.
Either place.
Yes.
Like, I'd like it. Like, I think the Bounty board is the best use, whereas a reoccurring task unless someone's going to put them up, at least a few at a time, you could probably just make a template on the Kanban board unless somebody's going to make sure that they put one up every week.
Well, that's what Mikhail just offered to do.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Great. Perfect. That's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Sorry, I'm just adding the notes here since I was at different spots in the Notion. Easier upload to the monthly Parcel payout, but there are no recurring tasks. This is in development now. It could be out as soon as next week, actually, the recurring task. We'll see. For now, Mikhail has volunteered to put this stuff up. So I guess just wanting to hear from people. How do you feel about this? Does this make sense to you? Sorry, go ahead, Salavist. I see you unmuted.
Yeah. So I have a question, kind of. The thing is for bouncy board, and when you are reconciling the number of items or tasks that people have actually completed
Mhm.
for to calculate the seasonal active membership and stuff. So is it's easier to calculate using the bouncy board, right?
It is, yeah. So far,
Okay.
I mean, I just did it in the active member calculation, which is in here. I will show you. Um, it was like I had to do this Kanban thing manually. So I had to do this part manually just because the CSV that I was getting wasn't really that useful. It wasn't getting me the Discord user that easily. But here it's just like it looks like a mess, but it has all of the information I need. So it automatically has the Discord user, and then for me I could just put this on here, bounty members, number of bounties that they did, right? So it automatically grabbed that just using this unique filter.
Okay, but I don't know if this is an issue, but there are some tasks that are not directly on the bouncy board. Like if you look at the Kanban board for the PM Guild, I think there are some tasks there that are not imputed directly into the bouncy board, but that also count as active membership. So isn't that going to be an issue, or there's always a way to like go around that?
Well, so right now what I'm doing is I'm just manually doing it. So it doesn't take that long, right? But it is annoying, let's say, to do that. So like it's basically like these like I took the Discord handle. You can see here. This is all manually done. I saw Bobo to the Moon, had a Kanban task. I went through the Kanban task. I went down, saw it was done for season 7. This is the active member view. I started from the top and I just went down and I added all of these to this thing manually. So this stuff will get taken into account for active membership. Yes, if you do a task on the Kanban, that counts towards your active membership. But if you do it on Bounty Board and we're going to pay you, well, it's easier to put onto Parcel and it's easier for me to track you as an active member. Doesn't mean I'm not going to track you on the Kanban board. It just means it's easier for me. That's why I lean towards Bounty Board myself.
Oh, okay, and that's great then.
Yeah, as to your point, Mikhail, I don't know if we'll ever be able to go full BB because they have two different things, right? Like the Kanban board is like looking at our current work. I'm not sure. We'll see. I don't know if it's possible to go full BB. People try to go like full D work and stuff like that, and even then they have problems. So I'm not sure. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, so everything happens. We just need the proper iterations. I'm really hopeful. I know we'll get there. Actually, we are going to get there. We are using Bouncy Board. We are developing Bouncy Board ourselves. So we are going to make something that is going to be useful for ourselves, making something easier. That's the reason of having a bot to do some tasks for you. You just want to make some tasks easier for yourself. So we'll get there. I don't know how many iterations we need to make, but I'm pretty sure we'll get there. So
Yeah, we're working on it slowly. And you know what? Thanks, Sprinkles, for writing those notes. And Selvista, thank you for doing that proof of concept task. I think it's really useful, and it does count towards your active membership as well. So I think that's really awesome. I really appreciate any kind of contribution that people make. I think that it's just it's our currency around here, right? So yeah, that's great. Any other questions, comments, concerns on tracking our weekly bounties?
Real quick, if there was an option on Bounty Board for like zero bank or for
Yeah,
like
we can
either
do that.
enter zero bank or not have the bank thing used at all, that would work, right?
We could. The only thing is that we couldn't do things like take notes that, like how I'm like if I want to see what's going on in here in this tactical view. PM Guild is on LinkedIn. Oh, what's going on with this task? Oh, Oak Floors said something. Link said something 38 minutes ago. This is the latest thing. There's success criteria that is editable. That stuff doesn't exist on the bounty board, right?
It doesn't, but I feel like if somebody could there could be a bot to write it there, like pull it from Bounty Board and write it there, just like Tally does.
Oh yeah, someone could do that. I mean, like an integration with Notion is what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It would be great. I would say that we we just need the devs to do it. It's like every other Web3 project. The devs are always the limiting factor, I would say.
Yeah.
Anyways, I look forward to improving our process over time. So I'm really glad that people like Sprinkles and Cella Vista and Mikhail are thinking about it. Thanks a lot. All right, moving on to the education workstream. I'm assuming that this came from you, Sprinkles. Do you have something to say about the education workstream today?
Yes. So there's the Miro board on there. Oak Floors and I were working on it. The only thing that I have left to put in is dates, and I'm wondering what you guys think about date of, so for a timeline of when these are going out. So I pretty much have, I'm not using the guild's board here. I'm using there's a link right there. It's just on the education board. So I started doing it a little bit differently, but everything's pretty much filled in. We just need graphics, or a graphic for each one. And then I was hoping to, like I said, have a mirror article come out of each one. But realistically, all of the the guts are there.
Nice.
And it's just getting how do we want to get these out? Do we want one every week? Do we want one every 2 weeks? Do we want to do put them all out at once?
I'm gonna share something with you, Sprinkles, that is some people call me crazy for having this opinion, but I think never having deadlines is a really good way to work async.
Okay.
So some people like to have deadlines, they like the pressure and stuff like that. I totally understand. But that idea of estimating up front in an environment with so much uncertainty, I'll tell you what, it's never worked out for me in the past. And so I just stopped doing it. Instead of estimating, I prioritize. So it's just I would take those articles, I would put them in a list, I would prioritize them. What should we do first? And then I would do the top one, however long it takes. And then I would do the next one, however long it takes. And then I would try to get more people to help me. So more resources to try to go through it quicker. But I wouldn't say okay, we're doing one a week, because I don't even know if we have the capacity to do one a week, right?
Well, I think they're almost so let's go with the lessons first. If they're almost complete, but we just need some graphics that I can put up all the bounties for right now. How are we looking to release lessons?
If you finish them all at once?
Yes.
Where are the lessons? Is this big box here?
So go to PM Guild Bankless Academy lessons.
Okay. Oh, down here. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, is that a section in the area? Okay, I see. So you have them here in progress. Okay, so you've been working on these ones. Oh, you've been busy, huh, Sprinkles?
Yeah.
Okay.
So even the ones here that don't say that they not started, because I started them all in a Google sheet first. I have them.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying I don't know how to. I don't want to overload it and put everything in and not. I want to know how you guys want to release them. Do you want to release them one at a time or all at once?
So you're saying they're ready to be released? Is that what you're saying? You actually have a backlog of release stuff?
So other than the graphics, and just formatting, because each one has to go on Bankless Academy's page, and they have a separate one for each one. Yeah, I have I have all of the
Okay. In that case, since you are ahead of the game here, Sprinkles, what I would suggest is working with our Vicky One, who is working on our Twitter and social and stuff like that, and yes, releasing one a week. And before you start releasing one a week, start telling everyone that you're going to release one a week.
Well, that's why I wanted to ask you guys first, because I didn't want to just do that, or I wanted to see what you thought.
No, I think that's I think that's a great idea. I think working with Vicky One, getting some hype up. Oh, starting in like 2 weeks, PM Guild is going to be doing something crazy or something like that. And people are like, oh, what is this? Oh, every week for the next X weeks, we're going to be dropping a new Bankless Academy lesson.
So that's where, kind of my next thing comes in. I was talking with somebody this morning, and I wonder if with this, instead of doing the POAP, if we were to release an NFT that, I don't know if it would be free to mint or like super duper low cost.
What we could do is for everyone who has that. So I definitely think it's a good idea to release an NFT. I really like the way you heard NF Thinker talk about the way Seed Club is doing it right now. Yeah. So he, I really like the way Seed Club is doing it right now, where it's just like, it's like once you collect one, the rest are free to mint, but first you have to pay for the first one. So there's like all these aftermarket things, but it takes time to do some of that stuff. Unless it's out of the box, you can check like some of these things that are doing it. Some of these like NFT platforms do have some kinds of things you can do. But since Bankless Academy includes POAPs, another way to do it would be anyone who has a POAP after a certain time, we like stealth airdrop an NFT or something like that.
We could do that. I was so Michaela mentioned Easter, and I was thinking about this earlier. What if we had something like with the a golden egg, so something for Easter with like a golden egg and something, whoever has it at the end wins something, a hoodie, I don't know.
Whoever has the golden egg at the end?
Yeah.
I think
Easter bunny, Easter aunt kind of picture.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think that would be super fun.
I don't know how the details would work, like how the golden egg idea would work or any of that. But it was just a thought.
Yeah, it's a good thought. Like there's the Steel. Have you seen Steel Cam? You could use Steel Cam for this. Have you seen this one?
Mm-mm.
So it's a picture that's all pixelated. And I think it's like steelcam.xyz or something like that. It's a picture that's all pixelated, and to look at it, you have to buy the NFT. So you buy the NFT for whatever. It's always like a little bit more, and you look at it, but then someone can steal that NFT from you by paying more money. And then the next person can steal it from them by paying more money, and it goes on for a certain amount of time, and then the last person like gets the NFT. So that's like one mechanic that you can use that already exists, that's already out there, and we could use it for the PM Guild.
Okay.
Yes, that will work. Only this time, how is the reward being shared? And that means they will have to pay in bank. Is it in bank or is? Because I've not tried.
Yeah, so it's only using ETH right now, and it's only on Optimism, I think. Or no, it's only on Arbitrum, I think, that Steel Camp thing. But there are other there are other mechanics we can use. We don't have to use this one, right? But I do think that maybe at first we should use an off-the-shelf mechanic because, we don't really have a lot of smart contract developers in the PM Guild right now, and they're kind of in short supply. That's why I think using some off-the-shelf tools might be good for us. There are other ones too. There's Manifold.xyz. There's like Zorg. I think that they're both NFT platforms. You can drop it. You can ask some people in the Design Guild. NF Thinker would know the platforms. In CryptoPunks, they are using CryptoPunks is using Manifold. So different people are using different platforms for this.
All right, so one a week, and Vicky one will help me set something up to get it hyped up, but I don't exactly know what we're getting hyped up yet, so we'll have to figure that out. But we don't have much time if we want to do something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I was kind of like, oh, maybe you could just use something that's quote unquote easy. Yeah. So Zora is the one I was talking about, and Mint.fun apparently as well. So these are where you can mint these things. So minting's not available here apparently, but
I feel like yesterday, I was doing the FAQs. So is it Tatum?
mm-hmm.
Did they mint NFTs?
Tatum?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. Tatum. Oh, Tatum.io, NFT Express. There you go. Yeah. So it looks like they do something.
All right, I'll check it out.
Cool. All right. Do you want me to create something on the Kanban board, or you're good?
If you want to, that's fine. If not, that's okay too.
Okay. I will leave it for now, and see where we get to. Okay, great. We're coming up on the end of our time here. Does anyone else have anything else that they want to talk about while we're all together? Okay, well, I just want to express a little gratitude to everyone for being here. It's a little strange, the changing of times. I noticed because Europe changed their times semi-recently as well. I think on the weekend that just passed, maybe we have a few less, but I suspect and I hope that North America has seen our last daylight saving shift. We'll see. Maybe it's not the case. But yeah, just want to say thank you to everyone for being here. I really appreciate everything that you're doing to push the DAO forward, push the guild forward. And if we keep making incremental progress every week, eventually we are going to be the mecca of Web3 project management. So take the opportunity to have fun, to learn something, and thanks all of you for being here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Lynx.
everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Links. Great one.
Thanks.
I appreciate everyone, the contributors. Thank you for you. Um, there is this increased activity that I'm noticing from the community. Very, very glad we are having that activity, and I hope we can get more as the season progresses. So, for your day, everyone.
We can't hear you. I can't hear you, Matthew.
Anyone else hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Can hear you
Yeah.
now.
So what I'm saying is, I'm really grateful for everyone, the contributors, for your increased activity over the couple of weeks or months we started this season 7, and I'm hoping that we could get more of that as we progress in the season and the next season to come. So yeah, cheers everyone, and expect some Easter bunny activity soon. So just be on the lookout, folks. Yo, celebrity, I sent you a DM, so kindly check your DM and get back to me.
Alright, I'll check it. Alright.